What's up, riders? It's Jim from County Keys. So maybe you're looking to buy yourself a different bike, or you're just getting out of riding altogether. But either way, you want to sell your bike for the best price you can get and the least amount of hassle. So in this video, we're going to talk about why you should consider selling it yourself and how it stacks up against 3 other ways that many people consider as easier options. So let's get to it. I know what a lot of you are thinking. Why would I want to sell my own motorcycle if I'm getting another bike and I can just trade it in? Isn't that a lot easier? Well, sure. If you're trading in your bike, you have to keep in mind, though, you're going to get far less money for it. I mean, in some areas, like where I am, in Ontario, Canada, you can save the tax on the value of your trade when you do a deal at the bike shop. But keep in mind, that bike shop is also looking to make money on your trade, as well as a new or new-to-you bike that they're going to sell you. The other thing is you're limited to buying your bike from the dealer. So, likely you're going to pay more money for your new bike. There are a lot of advantages to buying from a dealer, don't get me wrong. If you ride away and find some minor defect with your bike, the dealership is more likely to take care of it. But don't think you aren't paying for that privilege. Okay, if these aren't good enough reasons to sell your bike on your own, and you want the convenience, by all means trade the bike in. I'm just here to show you that you've got other options. Selling to a dealer. Maybe you just want your money fast. Some dealers will buy your bike, but you do pay for the privilege. The whole used bike business model is to buy wholesale and sell retail. So if you look at the Kelly Blue Book online, you'll see that both wholesale and retail prices are listed. Dealers buy your bike, clean it up, and then they sell it for a profit. Again, you can't fault the dealers. You get the convenience of a quick sale with no strings attached, and they get a profit for marketing and selling your bike. I once sold a bike I owned to a dealer for $3,000, and the next day they had it listed for $5,000 on the floor. It's just business. You get the convenience, but you're leaving money on the table. Okay, so if I don't want to sell my own bike, and I want to get more money for it, with the option to buy another bike wherever I want, why not just sell it on consignment? Consignment's another great option if you really hate the idea of selling it yourself, but it comes with its own set of problems as well. First off, you're likely going to have to pay a fee to the dealership, assuming they will even take your bike on consignment. The dealerships need to make money too, and we can't really blame them for that. On top of that fee, you're going to be charged commission, so whatever that bike sells for is not going to be all yours to keep. The other thing is, you often need to keep your own insurance on the bike while it's at the dealership until it sells. So if you want to look at this option, get all the facts from the bike shop where you plan to sell it. They will likely help you out by suggesting a decent price point to move it, and you do have the benefit of a dealership representing you. I mean, when people are going to look at bikes, a lot of people go to dealerships. That said, there really is nothing that the dealership can do that you can't handle yourself if you're willing to do it. At this point, you might be saying, fine, convince me. Why should I consider selling my own motorcycle? Well, you know your bike the best, especially if you've owned it for a few years and put some decent mileage on it. When a buyer asks you about how the bike handles, you've got the most knowledge to give an honest answer. Maintenance? You know if you took it into the dealership, or if you did it yourself religiously. Even if you don't do your own maintenance, likely you know every inch of that bike from all the times you did your pre-ride checks. Pricing a motorcycle isn't as hard as you think. Do a search on AutoTrader, Craigslist, or Kijiji. Look at some of the prices on there. Take a look at other bikes in your area, see what they're selling for. You can look up book values online, but I wouldn't necessarily trust those. I mean, these days a lot of bikes are selling for a lot more than retail book values. What about test pilots? While you may have a potential buyer who wants to take your bike for a spin before making a decision, and there are going to be a lot of people out there that are going to say, no way. But, in my opinion, if you've got a serious buyer, and if they're handing over cash for the amount of the bike, why not? There are other ways to demo your bike to potential buyers, and I am going to cover that in another video, so don't forget to subscribe to get notifications for when that comes out. At the end of the day, it's your bike, so go with your gut on whether you want to let somebody test ride. Maybe you just don't know how to sell your bike. Well, check out your local state or provincial rules related to selling a bike privately. In Ontario, Canada, as a seller, you need to provide a UVIP package that you purchase from the MTO for, I don't know, 20 bucks. This package shows any potential buyer if there are any liens on the vehicle, because all money owing needs to be paid on sale of the bike. Any reported accidents, and it even gives a list of previous owners with the sale dates on the bike. I'm going to get into this process in more detail on another video, but basically, all you need in Ontario is UVIP and your ownership for the bike to do a transfer of ownership. So there you have it. 4 different ways you can sell your bike. Trade it in, sell it to a dealer, consignment, or sell it yourself. So if this video helped you at all, don't forget to like and subscribe. And keep an eye out for future videos, because I'm going to go into more detail on both selling and buying a bike yourself. Until then, ride on.